Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast today. November is National Hospice and Palliative Care Month. Its CEO of the Hospice of the Western Reserve, William Finn, is here to share with us what this means and what's being done locally. Then Executive Director of the Minority Business Development Agency Business Center, Carmen West, and Singleton and Partners President, CEO Renee Singleton will share more about this new business center that they want to talk about. And later in the broadcast, still, motivational speaker and founder of Up Women's Circle, Dolores Presley will tell us about an event to celebrate women. Good morning again. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with Bill Finn, CEO of the Hospice of the Western Reserve. Good to see you, Mr. Finn.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good to have you on the broadcast. What is it that the Hospice of Western Reserve, what does it do?
Hospice of the Western Reserve provides expert pain management and symptom control, psychosocial support, and spiritual support for patients when cure is no longer an option.
When we're at the end of life,
exactly,
the Hospice of Western Reserve can be there to help that person with the transition.
In all the domains of care and support necessary for somebody to be in control of their care, to stay at home, and to be comfortable.
What about the family? Are you there for the family as well?
Absolutely. Our care is directed at the patient and the family with the goal of helping everybody get through this rather significant event in their life. And our care for the family continues for at least a year after the patient has passed.
Are you finding people are talking more and more about end of life?
Well, we certainly hope so, but it's not necessarily an easy thing to talk about. So we have a campaign now to start the dialogue, to start the conversation earlier, when people are healthy, when we can talk about what your goals of care would be should you get sicker and not be able to speak for yourself. And we have information available through our website to help promote those discussions.
Yeah. It's also National Hospice and Palliative Care Month. What's palliative care?
Palliative care is the tool we use in hospice care to provide pain management, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual management. And it's the tool we use to bring service to people earlier than when hospice care might be available. So palliative care is something that everybody could take advantage of when they're looking at chronic diseases that need advanced management.
So how are you observing National Hospice and Palliative Care Month?
It's an important month for us because it does give us the opportunity to once again bring forward what hospice and palliative care can do. We're celebrating in a number of different ways, but the big thing is that we get the word out and start the dialogue about hospice care.
And people are beginning to talk more and more about it.
Absolutely.
As you and I have talked about many times, and other people with the Hospice of Western Reserve, you were certainly there for my mother when she died in the month of June 2011, and you did a wonderful job with helping my mother with that transition and helping me and the rest of the family members with mother's transition to the other side as well.
And you know firsthand how important hospice can be then, and also how peaceful this can be, that having hospice with you can change the whole dynamic at end of life.
You do it through talking and caring and physical comfort levels as well, right?
Absolutely.
Speak to that, Mr. Finn, a little bit about that.
Well, what we use is a very talented team of professionals, and Hospice of the Western Reserve in particular has hospice and palliative care trained doctors and nurses and social workers and aides, and we are aggressively managing all the dynamics of care. So our goal is to provide extraordinary care wherever you are for as long as you need our support, and make sure the family is engaged, involved, knows what they can do to be part of the care as well, and that they're comforted in the process as well.
Whether it's in a facility like a nursing home or hospital, or whether it's at home.
Absolutely.
Hospice means the care, not necessarily the place, although you do have a place.
We do have places, that's true, and for a number of people that either can't be at home or desire not to be at home, we can use our facilities, or we can visit people in hospitals or nursing homes or assisted living facilities.
Mose, I want to ask you about a book signing and a lunch that you've got coming up. We've got an 800 number, 707-8922. We've got that at the bottom of the screen. You want to write that number down, keep it close by, or you can go to hospicewr.org, hospicewr.org. You can get more information on everything we've talking about. Let's talk about the book signing.
Yes.
Deborah Grossman.
Deborah Grossman is one of our nation's experts in in Hospice and Veterans Affairs. And she'll be talking about the experiences that veterans have had and how so much of their life comes together at end of life, where they're trying to balance what's happened in their lives and all those experiences. And for veterans, there's unique experiences that come to bear in that experience. So on Monday, November 21st, out in Lorain County at EMH Medical Center, we are going to have a special event open to the public, available for everybody to participate, that includes a meet and greet, a book signing, and a lecture by Deborah Grassman.
And where's that going to be? We're about Monday?
That's going to be at the EMH Medical Center at 125 East Broad Street in Elyria.
Yes. So what time is that going to be? Do you have any?
That's going to be at 10:30 for the meet and greet and book signing, lunch at noon, and the program at 1 o'clock.
You've brought something. You and I were talking also. I know you're going to give me something, and I'm not looking to get anything, but we want to let you do what you need to do on this.
In honor of your service and the service of all the veterans that have been part of the Hospice of the Western Reserve family, we'd like to take a moment and present you with this pin in honor of your service to our country and recognizing the service you and all veterans have provided.
Well, thank you. It's always good.
If I may?
Yeah, you certainly may. Just put it right under that other military award that I wear, the Bronze Star up there,
which I got for my service in Vietnam. A turning point in my life, certainly. Sure. And it is always with me, though. I think about it every day. Something happens. Not a problem for me. I just think about it, and thank God that we're able to survive that. So you will have veterans recognition ceremonies throughout this time period.
Absolutely. Again, for our hospice patients, as they look at life closure and completing the circle of what they've done and how they've lived, recognizing their service as a veteran is very important. And we do these pinnings, as I've done with you, for many of our patients. Ohio has the 6th largest number of veterans in the country.
And if people call this number, they can get more information on everything that we've been talking about, and certainly get more information on hospice. I certainly endorse what you do.
Well, thank you.
I'll tell you that. That's a fact.
It's an honor.
For me personally, it's been there to help me with my mother's death and all of that. So thank you very much, Bill Finn.
Thank you.
He's CEO of the Hospice of the Western Reserve. They do wonderful, wonderful work. 800-707-8922 or hospicewr.org. You see at the bottom of the screen, you can get more information on everything we've been talking about.
Thank you.
Be well, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for coming by. We'll have you back, too.
Terrific.
Okay. I'm going to take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. Back after these words, especially for you. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. The new Minority Business Development Agency Business Center in Cleveland is the only one of its kind in Ohio. Executive Director Carmen West and President and CEO of Singleton & Partners, Renee Singleton, are both here to talk more about the center and its services. Good to have you with us, Carmen West, sitting next to me, and Renee Singleton sitting on the outside there. Tell me about this new Minority Business Center.
Well, the Minority Business Development Agency Business Center is part of the portfolio of services for the MBDA division of the U.S. Department of Commerce. So the MBDA is the only federal agency that's charged with increasing the size and scale of minority-owned firms nationwide. So,
in other words, you're trying to get folks in business and keep them in business.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Very much so. So we're posed with matching MBEs with contracts and financing opportunities, helping them, increase their size and scale across the state. So we're happy to be here.
Okay. And what's your role, Renee Singleton? You're President and CEO of Singleton & Partners. How does that fit into what we're talking about?
I would say, Leon, thank you so much for having us, and I'm happy to be here. Being a minority business owner and operating for the last 10 years, I see the center as a resource because their primary goal is to find procurement opportunities and access to capital. And what better partner to have when you're operating a business day to day than someone like Carmen and her team to work with you in developing those types of tools to run your business.
And tell us a little bit about Singleton & Partners. What do you do?
We're a multicultural agency, and we are a company that's designed to work with clients who are interested in reaching minority audiences. Our primary purpose is to work with B2Bs who want to B2Bs, businesses who want to work and look to develop their audiences in terms of multicultural marketing. Some of the clients that we work with today, University Hospital, Sherwin-Williams, PNC Bank, we do a number of projects and events and community outreach programs for them. we have been the agency of record for tourism for the last 4 years, and it's our job to look for opportunities to promote tourism for the state of Ohio.
Well, let's stick with Carmen here. Carmen, let's bring you into this. What resources are available at the Minority Business Development Agency Business Center?
Sure. Well, we do 4 things. We do client engagement, and that's where we will assess the business, determine where they are and what specific market. We do what's called access to markets, and that's actually matching them up with procurement opportunities. So we host a very large pipeline of public and private procurement opportunities to help minority-owned firms gain more business. Thirdly, we do access to capital. So we provide resources by way of traditional lending, non-traditional lending sources to really help them with the capital needs to fulfill the contracts. And lastly, we do strategic consulting, and that's everything else. So anything that you need as a business owner to help your business grow, we'll provide it.
You tell them where to go to find that access to capital.
That's it.
To find the money.
To find the money.
Okay, all right. What's been the response so far with all of this?
You know, we have had an overwhelming amount of responses. We had our open house on September 1. We had over 350 attendees, and more than 70% of them were MBEs from around the state. What makes us unique, Leon, is that we do not work only in Cleveland. We are statewide, and we work with minority-owned firms that are African American, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Asian American, Pacific Islander, and Hasidic Jews.
Yeah.
So we cross a very large gamut when it comes to MBEs. So
let's put a phone number on the screen if we have not already done so. Thank you, control room. They're right on the job. I appreciate that. Wonderful people in our control room. 216-592-2253, as you see at the bottom of the screen, or you can go to gcpartnership.com/MBC. That's at the bottom of the screen as well. Renee, let's talk a little bit, if you can, just briefly. What is the mistake that many businesses, especially smaller businesses, make? Where's the mistake?
Well, they do not concentrate on sales. I mean, sales is the lifeline of a business. And as a owner, you have so many things that you need to do, but you really need to be completely focused on generating revenue for your company. And sometimes you get a contract, 1 or 2 contracts, and you're happy with that, and you're not always prospecting, and you need to be prospecting all the time.
It's got to be like water, continuing to flow.
It has to be like water, and if you can't do it, you have to have a dedicated team of folks doing that, looking for those resources to continue to infuse your business and keep you successful.
And Carmen, this is what your organization tries to help folks do, that keep their eye on the ball.
Exactly.
And the ball is business.
That's it.
And money and staying. And I guess the #1 goal of business is to stay in business.
It's to stay in business.
So people can call you and they can get more information on everything we've been talking about?
Absolutely. Please contact our office at the number on the screen, as well as our website.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to helping and growing minority-owned firms throughout the state.
And we appreciate Carmen West, as Executive Director of the Minority Business Development Agency Business Center, and Renee Singleton, who's President and CEO of Singleton and Partners. We appreciate you both being on the broadcast. They give us good advice.
Yes.
And you have kept the treasury open for a lot of businesses out there who are saying, hey, we're going to take their advice and do exactly what they say do. Once again, that phone number is 216-592-2253. Thank you very much, ladies, for being on the broadcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is Kaleidoscope. My name is Leon Bibb. I'm going to take a break, but in a moment we'll be back. We'll talk about a gathering of women from around the world. It'll be a lively discussion, no doubt. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Good to have you with us for Kaleidoscope today. The Up Woman Circle provides a place for women from around the world to gather, increase business opportunities, and be mentored and build relationships with each other. Motivational speaker Dolores Presley is the founder of Up Woman Circle, and she's here to tell us more about it, how to get women all involved in that. Good to see you, Dolores.
It's great to be here, Leon.
It's good to see you. Tell me about Up Woman Circle. What is that?
You know what? I started a new organization, and it's for women. And like, why do we need another organization? But me as an educator, I'm a professional speaker and I'm an educator, I think there needs to be a place where women can really gather and learn. So I decided to create this Up Woman. It's theupwoman.com, and we're having women come from all across the country, and we want to have chapters across the world.
And what happens Up Woman? What's the philosophy behind Up Woman?
The philosophy is that you are going to really take away something. Many times we go and we hear speakers, we'll have have 3 speakers. Renee Powell, who is one of the first women to be on the LPGA tour, and we're going to have Cindy Earle and myself speaking, and then we're going to go into a circle with the women. So not only once we tell them, like I'll be talking about getting paid your worth no matter what you charge, because so many times as women we are afraid to ask for what we want. But I'm going to tell you, power up, be undeniably powerful.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
You don't, and that's what I really, it's amazing that it's something so simple, but yet people are afraid to do that. So we're going to get in that circle. So after I speak and my other guests speak, we're going to get in the circle and talk and give you a plan on how to make these things come to fruition in your life.
Now that's going to be your big event. That's going to be your big event, which is taking place on Saturday, November the 12th. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Independence, Up Woman Circle. Now, what do people have to do to get there now?
They just go to our website, theupwoman.com, and they can register there, or they can call us. They can give us a call at 877-550-1751. I don't want to get our number wrong.
We've got that on the screen, 877-550-1751.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a toll-free call, too, as I recall.
It is.
It's a toll-free call.
Yes.
So what's the primary goal you want them to walk away with? Feeling motivated? That kind of thing?
Not only motivated, but I want you to be so inspired that you will take action. So Cindy Earle is going to be talking about how to do social media in 20 minutes a day and really grow your business. So I want you to leave the Up Woman Circle, going back to your prospective homes and businesses and putting it into action. Talk is cheap, Leon. We want you to do something.
Maybe that's why there's so much of it. Talk is here, we've got a magazine here, Speaker Magazine now. You're the cover story on this now.
I am
we get a shot of this,
honored to be on the cover of this magazine. It's the National Speakers Association, and that's my industry.
Yeah.
And I mean, last month there was Brian Tracy on the cover, and Les Brown, and Zig Ziglar. And October issue, Dolores Presley. Woohoo!
So you're getting motivated. You're getting high on yourself now. That's
Come on, a little excited.
You sound very excited.
That's it. We cannot deny our power. We have this inborn power that we need to use.
Now, is there a cost for the women or the people who want to go to this now?
Absolutely. It's $49 for a full day, which includes your breakfast, the 3 speakers, and the circle. We're going to have a singer there. Rain Austin is going to be singing. We're going to have someone do a prayer, Linda Reese. And it's just going to be a great event. It's $49. That's all for all of that. But if you come to the door, it's $69. So you want to register by going to theupwoman.com.
Theupwoman.com. Get more information on everything we're talking about. And it is Saturday, November the 12th. Starts at 8 o'clock at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Independence, Ohio. Is this just the women now? Just girls?
You know, we have a couple men that have registered. So men are welcome to come.
I mean, it's all the things you're teaching is bedrock stuff. I mean, this is good for the gander, good for the goose.
Right, and maybe one day you can come and speak for the Up Women.
I'd be glad to do that. I'm certain we can fit that into our schedule.
Love that.
At some point. What keeps you going now? How did you get involved in all of this? What inspired you?
Leon, my background is I was an elementary school teacher. All my life I've been overweight, and I've always been told no, no, no. They wouldn't even let my mother sign me up for ballet because they told her I was too fat. And I'm actually glad that they did that, because I think that has motivated me all my life. I started a model agency for plus-size women, and in Canton, Ohio, it's not quite the fashion capital of the world. But I think with people constantly telling me no, 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 I am here to tell people yes, 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 you can live your dreams. You can. Really, circumstances are not permanent. They are temporary, and you can make them happen. So that's what I do as a speaker. I go across the world. I've been so blessed to speak all over this world.
You mentioned the dancing aspect. I think of the people on Dancing with the Stars on ABC. I mean, there are plus-size women who are out there shaking it and making it work.
Yes, they are. Yeah. They're doing good. Go big girl.
And they do very well. Well, Dolores, we wish you well. Once again, it's going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning, runs until noon, Saturday, November the 12th, at the Embassy Suites in Independence. It's the Up Woman Circle. You may call 877-550-1751. You can register that way. You can also go online to theupwoman.com. upwoman.com.
Yeah, be there. Their lives will be different. You will never be the same.
Dolores Presley has laid out a wonderful foundation.
Thank you,
Okay,
Leon.
thank you, Dolores. Always good to see you, my friend.
Likewise.
Be well, and tell all the people there I said, hey.
I'll do that, Leon.
Appreciate that. I'm going to take a break in just a moment. We're going to be joined by my good friend and colleague, Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League. She has a commentary that she wants you to hear. Back shortly. Good to have you with us here on Kaleidoscope. Here at the bottom of the broadcast, we always have a commentary from my good friend and colleague, Marsha Maccabee, who's president and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.
Hi, Leon. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you're doing well, too,
I'm doing well, thank you. You know, we have an important statement we need to make today. Tuesday, November 8th, is Election Day. And this is a very important time in our country's history and in the history of voting rights. And I want to encourage everyone in our listening audience that if you have not voted already by absentee ballot, that you need to make sure you have a plan to get to the poll on Tuesday, that you take somebody to the poll with you on Tuesday, or that you hand deliver your ballot, your absentee ballot, Monday or Tuesday of this week.
Somebody once said, if you don't vote, then you really have no reason to complain about how your government is run.
That is certainly exactly right. And you know, most of us observe Black History Month with great fervor. I think that we ought to have the same responsibility to voting day as we do to honor all of those who have gone before us, who helped to gain the rights to vote, and that we ought to make sure that we put into action our commitment to history by going out to vote.
And it is not only Black History Month, but we're telling people of all races and creeds and political beliefs to go to the polls and vote. It is an American right.
Absolutely.
It is our right.
Absolutely.
And we want to make sure that we exercise that right.
It's very important.
Voting Day, November the 8th, Tuesday. And
That's right.
Get to the polls. If you haven't done so already, if you haven't voted early or haven't voted by mail, you need to get to the polls. If you're not registered, you know what you need to do. Get registered and vote in the next election. But we'll see you at the polls. Won't we, Marsha?
We certainly will.
Okay,
we look forward to it.
For Marsha Maccabee, I'm Leon Bibb. Good luck. Be well. We'll talk again.